The big Q.
It's the big
show before the show. It's an old fashioned again. Nothing fancy. Sorry, y'all.
Yep.
Just Jim Beam and sugar water. Some bitters.
I have a Coke Zero and ice.
Is that allowed?
It's Coke Zero. 0 calories.
I'm just making sure.
He didn't tell me I couldn't have it.
That's good.
He didn't tell me I couldn't have it. So
that's good. What you got?
That's one of those not asking for permission, asking for forgiveness.
Exactly.
I am not on any kind of prep, so I'm on a Mick Ultra. So there you go.
Trusty Rusty. Good old beer.
Yeah,
that's
good old beer bitch right here.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's Desi's go-to.
I mean, can't beat it.
I had the Malibu Cologne at the beach. That was delicious.
The what?
The Malibu Cologne.
I feel like I came up with a better name than that.
It doesn't matter if it's a better name. We go with the dumbest name. especially when you invent a drink when you're already intoxicated. But yeah, it was like it was the lime cactus Michelob.
Yeah.
That's important because it makes the Malibu make sense.
Yeah.
And
that's the only way.
Half of one of those and then Malibu and a splash of orange juice. It's fucking delicious. And,
there's some odd combos that really turn out fantastic.
I like beer cocktails. So if you've ever had, we were talking about margaritas. If you've ever had a margarita with a little bit of an IPA on top, great. Beer cocktails are amazing. I know you hate beer, but
I don't hate beer. I just dislike it.
Maybe she would understand.
Why do you dislike beer?
Something about the taste of it. I don't know. I just not for me. Like I'd much rather have any other liquor. Like I'd rather have a shitty clear liquor. Like
I've gone to great lengths to make him like beer. Like gone and get the fanciest fucking shit.
I mean,
like,
it's not acquired taste. If you don't like it, you just don't like it.
You know what it takes, and Nathan,
I know.
It takes getting real fucked up on bad beer one time to make good beer taste good.
Yeah, or hot beer. Oh, once you get a good drunk on hot beer, it's like, okay, everything fucking tastes good now.
Since we're on the show before the show, I got a hot beer story. My first beer ever, I was like, it may have not been my first, but the first one I remember drinking, I was like 15, and I worked over the summer during high school setting up trailers. So we had to like block the bottom of a mobile home and like level it, and if it's double wide, we had to roof it and shit like that. Rough job.
I was about to say that's a rough job.
It was a rough fucking job.
That's a rough job.
It's also the reason for that job's the reason for my fear of heights too. I tripped over a compressor hose one time and rolled off a house. But anyway, huge pussy about heights now.
At least you're honest. At least you're honest.
I wouldn't stand on this fucking table. like, don't fucking like it.
Anyway,
get done with a job, like fucking 15. Yeah, you experienced this at the beach.
Yeah.
I won't walk to the edge. I'm at the condo and like, I'm fucking
yeah.
But I'm like 15. We get done with this big job. And everybody else around standing around drinking beer. So I walk up to the truck and sure enough, somebody reaches in the back of a fucking gnarly ass fucking toolbox and pulls out a hot Coors Light and just like, here you fucking go. Ironically, I like the fuck out of Coors Light now, but that was a rough one to get down. Of course, when you're 15, you're like, I have to stomach this because these guys are going to beat the living shit out of me if I.
Oh yeah, you'll never live it down.
If I waste this beer.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right. I guess that's the show before the show.
Yep. Sure.
You introducing us?
Fuck, I don't know.
Go ahead.
I guess. Hey guys, sip and rip it. My name is Nathan. Nathan Skedios on Instagram. I'm with Zach, as always. ZG _ Summer Shred Journey,
which is not helping. Not happening. At Coleman _ Barbell. Yeah.
Not happening. Oh, the show.
Maybe not. We don't know.
Yeah.
I got to lose 70 pounds.
Hey, it can happen.
It can happen. There's hope yet. What's your handle? Go ahead.
That's the worst introduction ever.
We have a guest, and she's going to tell you her name.
Hi, I'm here. I'm Tamara Gorley. Instagram is Tamara. I think is it Summer?
Ifbb Pro.
Yeah, it's the IFB, but I think it's Tamara Summers IFBB. Ah, fuck, I don't even know.
We're just gonna look.
Jesus Christ. I was unprepared.
Who gets to it first?
Yeah. You would think I could make it to this first and watch I'm going to lose this battle.
Dude, it's just
Tamara _ IFBB Pro. There you go.
There you go.
Made it. Boom. Well, I mean, I've got like 4 of everything. So, you know.
That's the only one I've ever seen. So.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Not one of the cool kids.
Well, there's one that I don't use that much,
fair.
and then I've got like 4 Facebooks. So I've got 2 different names on Facebook. If y'all haven't figured that one out, I've got the
hate
Gorley
Facebook.
and then the Summers. So, and it's because I used to stay in Facebook jail all the time. I was like, fuck it, we'll have another. We'll have the real name, and we'll have the name that I do for movies and stripping and all that bullshit. So
There. I just guess I got that. Well, I guess we got like 3 or 4 together. I don't remember. But I have that fake Facebook account just so I can run the barbell page.
That's not really fake. It's just empty.
Doesn't
Yeah.
get used.
Doesn't
for
get
anything
used.
other than
Yeah.
personal training.
Yeah.
stuff.
there you go.
So,
Right.
It's not fake. It's
Yeah.
just unimportant to you.
it is very
Other than
I
it's a
can't think of anything.
It's a means to an end.
It is.
There you go.
I cannot think of anything less important to me than Facebook. Like I only have it to watch what my kids put on the alpha page and to talk to
Clients.
clients. Yep,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fucking it.
pretty
So
much.
It is what it is.
Over here, we're anti-Facebook.
I don't like Facebook.
I
It actually causes me anxiety because people bitch and bicker about so much
So much.
It's so
ridiculous
bad.
shit on Facebook.
It is so bad.
I can feel my blood pressure getting higher.
I will
Talking
say,
about
look,
Facebook.
I will say though, we're going to talk about it just for a minute because I have been completely feral and unhinged on Facebook lately, and it has been glorious. Like I've got people that are like, they wake up every day and be like, what the fuck did you post last night? And it's been fantastic.
Just absolute chaos and bedlam. I can
Yes.
get behind that. I can get behind that. Yeah.
And in the unhinged, my TikTok has turned into like all the unhinged posts, and I take all the ones that like slightly relate, and boom, there it is.
You got you're producing your own content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got my own content, and then like all the shit in my life happens. I'm like, okay, there we are. Yeah,
That works.
what's going on there?
Entertainment at its finest.
And then nobody knows which one came off TikTok and which one I really said, and that's just perfect.
People believe whatever they want to believe on that fucking shit.
Don't
show.
they though?
Dude,
Don't
Facebook
they?
is so stressful.
Yeah, I like it for the memes, and that's about
I need to
it.
know for my own sake because this is something family gives me shit about this all the time. I'm not on Facebook, so I don't know what X, Y, and Z is happening. I got to be on Facebook to be plugged into the family, like shit, bullshit like that.
Put me in a group text.
Yeah, no shit. Actually, that's anxiety inducing in its own way. Everything gives me anxiety.
You're starting to get a little sheen over here.
I get nervous about a lot of things. But where was I fucking going?
I don't know.
So I'm so
know.
stressed out now. That I'm so fucking
Just
turned up.
Facebook.
Oh, does it get worse when you got a kid? Because I got one, literally any minute now.
I don't know.
No
I
more
like
shit from family. Or
The only thing
staying connected.
anytime I ever post anything, it's like either memes or the baby. And anytime I post memes, it barely gets any interaction, and the baby's like, "She's so cute!" Ah! And that's all I get. So
Do you feel like your memes are underperforming now?
I think my memes
You have the baby.
my memes have never performed well, but I share them because I find them funny.
That's fair.
So,
That's for us.
Yeah.
That's not for anybody else.
For the real ones.
Yeah.
like if
all 3 of us.
If you've got our dark sense of humor, have fun. Here you go. Found you
Right.
something today.
exactly,
I find them.
yeah,
I find one, I'm like, oh, fuck, this is funny.
yeah,
But we have it similar.
sense of humor. Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Gotta have a sense of humor.
Fucking Facebook.
my family, not quite the same. My brother, yes, but
There are parts of my family that feel like I have disowned them because I'm not on Facebook.
They take it so serious.
Dude. And politics and football on Facebook is
Oh
just
God.
like, I don't want to talk about fucking either one, dude.
my favorite thing, because I'm on neither side, honestly. I cheer for Alabama because I hate, or I cheer for Auburn, excuse me, because I hate Alabama.
Yeah, don't get that wrong.
Don't get that wrong. See, that's how much I care. Anyway, anytime.
That's a big slip up.
Yeah, it kind of is
Yeah,
actually,
that
but
was- and we're in
That's the kind
Alabama.
of
That was a
thing
big.
that if you would have said that on Facebook, you would be crucified.
Oh, God, yes.
but anyway,
You're amongst friends.
making fun of Alabama whenever they lose is
Oh, yeah.
pretty great.
They can't handle it.
No, they
Their
get
fan
so
base
mad.
can't- But then it's because we're used to losing. So, I mean, we take it well. And we're
Yeah,
like,
we're good sports.
yeah, we're good.
The greatest thing in sports, I upset some people Friday night because one of my teenagers that I trained for football and basketball plays for Good Hope, and they went and just absolutely obliterated Hanceville. My favorite 2 things in sports are an Alabama loss or a Hanceville loss. Period. I don't care how, why, don't fucking care. The 2 things that bring me the most joy in all of sports, even in what we do, is an Alabama loss or a Hansel High School loss.
It's because the fan base. It's right back to the fan base.
Hanssel's the only place. Hansel thinks, honest to God, thinks it's fucking like Beverly Hills or something. That's another conversation for another day. There's something different. They are built different. They
are. They are.
I didn't know they had meth labs blowing up in Beverly Hills all the time.
I don't know. That's only on the mountain in Hansel, what they'll tell you.
But I'm not wrong.
That's another one. That's
Not wrong.
That's another one of those family things. A lot of my family went to Hansville, and they're like, "We were so good at everything in the '80s." Well, you're not fucking good at nothing. Like,
not the '80s.
That was a long fucking time ago, dude.
Holly Pond was good in the late or the mid '90s too, but
it's a long fucking time ago.
yeah, exactly.
What have you done for me lately?
Not
the sports
shit.
equivalent.
Not
it's the
shit.
sports equivalent of I used to bench 315 in high school.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, how much? Look, how often do you guys hear that shit though? The I used to's in high school.
Generally, it does come from somebody my age or older. So I always feel like, mid 30s and up. You typically always get that old man in the gym. And I used to lift all them weights too, but
I hear more about the knee. Like I would squat, but my knees.
I could squat. You squatted, but my knees.
But my knees, yeah.
And motherfucker, I know powerlifters have had both the motherfuckers replaced
And then still doing it.
and still squat 800 pounds. Like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's just people knew how often I've been hurt. Like,
Right.
Just
And I also
Still
do
what it
not
is.
want to hear that you benched 500 in high school.
Because you didn't.
You didn't. No,
You didn't.
And I hear that. I'm like, really?
How many pairs of hands were on that bull bar? Yeah, you get all that shit.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
I never squatted this, but I've leg pressed 2,200 pounds.
Like,
I mean, okay.
Fucking cool, dude.
All right.
So I'm sure your family's proud.
they were all cheering you on in the background.
Yeah.
I get that a lot. And I kind of got that last night. I got a guy at Hearts Fitness huffy and puffy about me being on the squat rack, and he wasn't even using it. He was hitting like a fucking upper body day. And we have that demographic at Hartsville for some reason that's just like, fuck you for no reason, and they just fucking stare and glare and like fucking.
Yeah.
They got the ILS, the imaginary lat syndrome.
Yeah.
They just get all
Oh, the
pumped up
peacock.
about shit.
Yeah, the peacock. Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And I got done squatting. I got on leg press. I put 2 plates on it. 2 plates is all I fucking need to get a leg pump. I just spend a half hour squatting. Like, I don't really have to have fucking 70 plates.
You're kind of dead at that
at that point,
yeah.
like the work's done.
Yeah.
Like, I want to pump and I'm gonna
burnout.
fucking leave.
Yeah.
And as soon as I get up, he's hitting an upper body day. As soon as I get up from leg press, he starts fucking so fucking leg press. Like,
Yeah. Got him one up.
bro, I don't care.
It's,
I'm proud of you.
Why does everybody think that in the gym too? That like they've got to one up everybody else. What is that? And like that everybody pays attention to what everybody else is doing because normally we don't pay attention. We don't give a shit.
Well, me and him talk about this often. Strong people don't give a fuck.
Mhm.
And in fact, if you're in there and somebody is weaker than me or whatever, and I know that they're working hard and putting in a lot of effort, I appreciate that they're there and
Yeah.
love them for it. And
we'll do anything to help.
Yeah,
Let me help.
absolutely.
Let me correct your form. Let me show you, like, not that you're doing it wrong, but here's a better way to do it where you're going to feel more out of it and not like tear up your rotator cuff.
likewise, if somebody in the gym's stronger than me, I'm fucking happy for them.
Yeah.
Like, this is fucking cool. I'm happy to be a part of it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm happy I got to see it. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't really
Show
know.
me your way.
I really,
Right, yeah.
I really don't know where that shit comes from, but it is fucking, it's a pandemic though.
It comes from ego. Like,
Yeah.
that's all it is.
is
It's
ego,
just people with big egos are like, oh, they get real hurt real fast.
But you gotta have a big one to be like, man, me and you've been in that gym pressing some fucking weight.
Yeah.
And they're just like, still like walking around like
Like they got
we stole their lunch money or something.
Lunch money.
Like, bud, like, just if you tried, maybe you could do this. You might even be better at it. Like,
If you
it's
wouldn't
fine.
hate, if you would work as much as you were hating on me, would be great right now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It just is what it is. I don't think there's any escaping it.
No.
We've talked about that at length. Often.
plenty of time.
There-
I'm just getting us off on all kinds of tangents.
No, that's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
No, this is good. This is what it's about. It's fun. I think that for whatever reason, that gym in particular has been the worst. I love the gym. I love the environment.
But the people, like,
Not all the
Not all the
most
people.
of the good people are really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like
Like
Yeah,
I
we have
love
some strong people
Anthony.
there.
He's super cool. Like
Kevin's super fun to watch lift.
Yeah.
He's super fucking strong. But again, everybody that's in there and in there like with a fucking purpose that's serious are just happy you're there too.
yeah.
You get the same from those people that we give, and like everybody else is just like, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Like he's stronger than me. This isn't fair.
fuck. It is what it is. I don't care. It is what it is. That's one of the reasons I like your gym though.
Yeah.
I don't get that vibe at all.
Yeah.
There's not, doesn't feel like it. Of course, I've only been there a couple times now, but like every time I've been there, it's been super chill.
I feel
Super
like-
chill, super supportive, and I feel like, and this is how I explain the gym or my gym to people that have never been there. It's like dodgeball. Okay, so you got global, and that's like the aquatic center and everything. Your fancy gyms and shit, and then you got average Joes over here. We're a motley ass crew. There's everybody. You've got your bodybuilders, your powerlifters, your strongmen, your arm wrestlers, your dude that just wants to see his dick again. Like there's everything there.
Right. And that's,
It's
but
a melting
everybody's there to
pot.
fucking work.
Yep.
And they're serious. And there's something to be said when you can get in an environment with people that are serious, regardless of what those people's goals are. It's much, much different, much friendlier environment.
And the melting pot of seeing everybody hit different goals and us involved in everything is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm a little
So
bit,
cool.
I'll admit though, I'm a little bit more negatively motivated than most. I really feed on somebody getting fucking upset about something I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like you
Does
know what?
feel
I
good.
wasn't even going to do 4 plates today. Let's
Like, here we
here we go, baby.
Oh, it's like Austin Blair. He comes in if we're like really supportive. I'm like, that's awesome. You look great today. He's like, shut up, y'all. I'm like, you're a piece of shit. And
Thank you.
I was like,
Thank
your,
you.
your quads look like shit today. And all of a sudden he's out there squatting. I'm like,
You got
Yeah.
fucking 40-inch legs.
yeah. I mean, you gotta figure out what everybody needs, and that's what you hit when you come in. And don't fucking
Fattest
get that
fucking ass
confused.
on a dude.
Don't truck, man.
Fucking big ass, fucking triple tier chocolate cake.
I'll be
He's so
honest
fucking
though,
nice.
and I'm not one to talk about men's asses all the time. I'll just be honest.
I don't either. But
But
it's awesome.
No, I mean, look, no homo.
Right.
But the man has an ass.
He does.
Dan Grigsby's got a pretty big butt too, though.
You're talking about a pro. He ought to have a big butt though. Sumo puller, it makes sense.
But like, damn, dude, like,
Caked up. It is what it is.
I feel like if Austin like got to his body fat percentage, it'd probably look like that.
He's dropping weight.
He is.
He is dropping weight.
Was he at like 250 right now?
I don't know.
He's probably 260.
And I don't know if like the numbers have moved that much, but like his body composition has moved a lot.
Yeah.
I know
like
his
you
coach
can
pretty
tell.
well, and I can tell you that Austin ate enough like shit that he, even with him being in a calorie deficit, just hitting enough protein and being right, he's getting stronger still.
Yeah.
But it's almost like he's getting newbie gains just because he's on a real diet for the
Right.
first time in a while.
Isn't that amazing?
It is. It
Yeah.
makes my job fucking easy.
Yeah.
real fucking easy.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about him. He's really made a lot of progress.
Yeah.
More progress than I've ever seen Austin make, and he's strong anyway. So
And for some reason, he still thinks I'm God. I don't know why.
he is,
He like
he's had it out for you since the T-bar roast back in the day.
I mean, that's kind of like that angle. Like I look really jacked. I don't know why.
It is
but
a,
like
kind angle to all of
Yeah.
it, especially if you got a lot of weight on there.
yeah.
It is-
Well, I mean, just like the way my like chest and my delts looked when I'm rowing. I'm
The
like, fuck,
6
dude.
plates helps. It is what it
Yeah.
is. That
I don't think
definitely-
it was 6. It was
Well,
more like 4.
You know, every time you talk to Austin, he'll add a plate to it. So he's probably telling people it's like 9 or 10 now. Like you're having to
By now
take
somebody
plates
was
and then-
sitting on top of all the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It is
I haven't
what it
touched
is.
a T-bar row since any time.
That's probably the one piece of equipment I miss the most.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did
but
like
that's
it.
one of the
Chesapeake
first
Road.
things that I went and bought.
Hell yeah.
Yep. There's one.
No
Up.
reason to miss it anymore.
Yeah, the aquatic center got rid of theirs, and I was like, and where did I go for that one? I drove to Corinth, Mississippi to get that.
Hell yeah. Was that one of the Iron Empire pieces?
It was just some random. This woman owns a gym out there, and she was cool as shit. I took a whole bunch home from her.
She's just like replacing stuff.
Yeah, just replacing. So, and that was really encouraging for me to meet a female gym owner straight out the gate like that
Right.
too, off Facebook Marketplace. You know.
Yeah.
So
Badass. I guess because that's a good handy bit of information, what we need to talk to about with her. Whiskey.
There were words said.
There were
words.
words said. They just didn't make a lot of sense. I guess we need to get into the the not meat and potatoes of this real quick? And then
Yeah. Just
talk
real
to her
briefly.
about her and her gym endeavors and whatnot.
So you want to talk about the gym first?
Yeah, gym first. What'd you do in the gym this week?
So I've got bone spurs, and I had a cortisol shot in my shoulder this week, so I haven't done a whole lot. I did butt stuff. That's what I did
Okay.
this
Oh, yeah.
week. Yeah.
That worked.
So, yeah.
Productive.
I mean,
Honestly.
yeah. I need to do more of it, so I was like, okay, that's it. Little quad, little glute, that's it.
That's fair.
But everything else hurt. And then go to the ortho, he shoots me in the okay. All right, let's just say. I want to call this out. All these dudes that I'm friends with are like, oh my God, you get that shot and it hurts so bad and you're so sore and you can't do anything and it nuts up. And it was awful. Y'all, I have given myself worse shots in the ass cheek.
Right, yeah.
And like even my ortho was like, so you need to take your Voltran this weekend, like ice it twice a day. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, this bitch is great.
Yeah, some people don't know what pain really is. I mean,
No. Bitches.
Yeah.
Giant
Yeah.
vaginas. Just gonna call it.
coming from somebody that perpetually lives in a state of currently injured, people are fucking pussies. About
Yeah,
pain, man.
I feel like walking in the gym. Everybody like next week is gonna get this. I'm gonna look at them. I'm like, that's half your fucking problem. That's half your problem. If you said this was that bad, maybe I got lucky. I don't know.
I mean, when I went to get, I can't remember what happened. I think it was when I busted my thumb open or my finger open. I had to get a tetanus shot. And she was like, it's going to hurt and it's going to be sore. And I was like, I feel nothing.
This was not. That's why I actually said that earlier today. I'm like, I mean, I think my tetanus shot was about the same, and everybody said it was going to hurt. And I'm like, there was a knot later, but again, I've had knots in my ass.
Right.
Worse
I
than
love.
that.
They visibly see me covered in tattoos and they're like, this is a big needle. This is going to hurt. I'm like, maybe for 5 seconds, but not for 5 hours.
Well, and that's my thing too. I think I know too. Like, I've been in so much pain for such an extended period of time. I'm getting where I can't train. It's fucking me up mentally. That's 2 seconds, and then it's like so worth it. So, but once I get to that point, like I'm sitting here, I was almost ready. Like just cut it. Just go ahead and do surgery. I don't give a shit. Just make it better. I don't want to be old anymore.
Fair. What did you do? You're the only one in prep.
A bunch of light stuff, actually. Like nothing was super heavy. I did like 375 on bench press for doubles or something like that, and then some Larson press at 315. And squats were really bad because my knees were hurting. Like
There's a weather change too.
yeah, I have bad knees just in general, so like my knees are always just a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a lot of rehab on my knees just to try and keep them from getting any worse. And then the best day was the deadlift day, which actually was at the garage.
Hell yeah.
And I got to use the deadlift bar for the first time like 8 months, something like that.
What do you think about the fact that the deadlift platform has my ass on it?
I saw that and I just kind of like, I bet I know who this is. And I just kind of like, that's funny.
There that is.
And you'll have that.
But it was also light. It was just like 455 for 15 singles. He gave me a minute rest, and I was just kind of like, I don't even know if I took a minute rest between all of them, because I was just like, set up my camera, film it. Does it look good? Okay, let's go do another one. Just like back and forth, just constantly.
And I just want 405 so bad I can't see straight. And he's like, 455 for 15. You don't know.
My goal is 7, so
Jesus.
like we'll see.
Oh, you've done 660, right?
650. 655 is the most I've actually ever done. 650 was the last one, and that was because I sandbagged it because I didn't need it.
Yeah, we didn't need it. Yeah.
I didn't need any more to win, and I wasn't going to get first overall anyway. So there was no point.
Tank showed up.
Yeah, Tank is he's a big man.
I mean, there's a reason he got that nickname.
He is.
It comes about that nickname pretty goddamn honestly.
It's like you said. If when you think of a power lifter, this is exactly the man that you picture. Just fucking stout.
Yes,
like, damn. But yeah, that was pretty much my week.
Mine was that 365 double on close grip at the garage.
I was
Plug
about
you
to say,
again.
I'm pretty sure I saw that too. And I try to share y'all stuff when I see it. So always tag me and I'll share it.
I'll start tagging you. It's a good thing. And then back and shoulders at Planet Fitness. And which I have
that's terrifying.
I have that.
I mean, it is spooky season.
It
But
is. You want to talk about a place with egos?
Oh man.
God.
How
You got
many
people
dudes
there
with the lifting gloves?
Lifting
Oh
gloves.
yeah,
Like,
the mitts.
fucking dude, and their legs are like fucking
Yeah.
this bigger. Oh, dude, it's so fucking funny over there. And then Wednesday I had squats. I think I had an SSB double, kind of heavy for a hurt guy, like maybe 365, 375 or something like that on SSB. I don't remember either. Squats are not the highlight of my training currently.
Yeah.
And then back and shoulders again at Planet Fitness.
Mm.
They're
And
so
then,
judgy there to be non-judgmental.
they are so judgy there.
So judgy.
So, and then I had 10 singles at 405, which were super fucking easy yesterday, and some Paul squats. But I am more wrecked from 10 singles at 405 than I was from the 500 double last week. So,
It's all the reps, man.
dude, this was my week for reps went down this week too. So my last lightweight day was like 390 for doubles every minute on the minute. Yesterday was 405 for singles, and that 405 fucking fried me worse than the heavy shit and everything. I don't know, man. I'm just fucking getting old. And then Paul squats still a work in progress. I still press more than I squat currently. So, we'll fucking see.
It feels bad. It feels bad. I know, though, because that's how I felt this week, because my squats were like, I think my heaviest squat was 395, and it hurt really bad.
What sucks about squats to me is it's the single thing I love more than anything else. I could squat 7 days a week, and that'd be the only workout I did, and be fucking happy. And I fucking suck at them. And they fucking ruin me.
Yeah.
They just fuck me up real bad.
I would
That's
probably,
my favorite thing ever.
I would probably like them more if they didn't hurt my knees,
Yeah.
but I do them anyway because that's our sport.
That's what
I'm not
It is part of it, yeah.
I'm not a little bitch like, oh, my knees hurt. I'm like, well, I'm gonna fucking
Do it anyway.
I'm gonna try and fix my knees and do it anyway. Like,
talking about what she's dealing with, like, man, I've lived with tendinosis in that fucking right shoulder and fucking torn labrum in my hip, fucking arthritis in both, like bad enough that sometimes I can't fucking close my hands.
Oh, yeah.
So bad in my hands. And then my right shoulder, my right hip too, fucking in pain all the fucking time. I do not want to fucking hear about your fucking knees. And it's different when you're doing it anyway, but like, it doesn't stop you. But like,
right. But
and don't tell me.
And you know it hurts us so bad when we do quit. Like, I've not been able to do chest and shoulders hardly in 2 weeks. You know it was bad enough for me to go to the ortho. Like, I've lifted through this for 2 years, and finally I was like, fucking enough.
yeah,
That's fucking. If I'm a little achy, it's to be expected. I'm fucking getting under the weight, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
If it's an unusual pain, maybe. If it's just pain I live with every day, fuck it, we're doing it.
right.
Sharp, sudden pain. Is like,
Wait a minute.
If it's acute, maybe you need to put it down.
Yeah.
But like,
Let's
if
go
it's
see
just
what this
fucking
is.
same chronic shit you always live with,
no.
it'll probably feel better if you just fucking do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
A
absolutely.
little bit of blood flow helps, man. That's fucking science. It is what it is. People can argue all they want to, but.
And I mean, I get that it's hard to get motivated when it hurts. I understand that. But if you'll go in there and move, you feel better.
I mean, you know how hard it is to like want to get up and deadlift when you can barely fucking close your hands and you gotta, you got reps at 500 plus pounds.
Yeah.
Like,
Just
that day,
holding it in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that fucking sucks, dude. It is what it is, but it's what we love, and it's an easy decision to make when it's what you love. It just is what it is. What kind of PR songs you got? Because I ain't fucking got one.
Oh man. So let's see. We just want to do one.
Yeah, since all three of us are going, maybe.
So I will go with actually a new song.
We got a new one.
Yeah. So Carnifex
Baby.
released a new album.
I did not know that.
And it's pretty dope. So I feel like it was either the first song or like one of the first few songs, but it's called Architect of Misanthropy, if I'm saying that
Misanthropy,
right. Misanthropy.
Yeah.
But it's pretty freaking dope. I like it a lot.
Man. I got one that Joey Miller sent me a while back. Joey is I got a plug for all new metal tunes from Clay, but my plug for new hardcore is Joey. And he sent me a song called Wall of Wax by Heavy Hitter, and it's fucking awesome. Listen to it. Lift something fucking heavy to it. Don't be a bitch.
So mine is I go back and forth between Faderhead and Combi Christ.
Okay.
And one of my favorite heavy lifting like PR songs is In the Pit by Combi Christ or
Hell yeah.
Halo by Faderhead. So check
Hell yeah.
those out.
We will check those out. We
Yeah, those
got a
pretty good.
playlist on Spotify for this that somebody who's responsible for that does not update it.
And probably like months.
months and about 10 episodes. But since we got a guest,
but it's there.
Since we got a guest, we'll actually make it a point to put her music onto the playlist.
Thank you.
The bad thing is like, and I've been off, this whole week, and I was like, I'm going to get really like strict about like posting clips from the podcast episodes and put them on like TikTok and YouTube Reels and all this stuff. And I like clipped everything, and I'm like, I got it on my phone, and I just haven't opened any app to do anything. And I'm like, that's just
one of those things that sometimes a break will kind of lull you into nothing. Sometimes,
dude.
you know what I mean,
it's weird enough.
I'm busy for that reason.
I feel like I've been busier than I ever have. And maybe just because I'm having the baby all day, all long.
Yeah.
But
that does take up time that you would normally have to play on your phone.
Yeah. So
that's what it is. We're gonna get into this thing a little bit.
Yeah.
So start at the beginning. How did you get into bodybuilding? By the way, she's an IFBB pro, so pretty fucking serious shit out here.
Yeah.
How'd you get in it?
And it's weird because sometimes I forget I'm an IFBB pro. And I'm like, oh yeah, I do hold that fucking title. Like,
you're a fucking pro, like for real.
I mean, and you wouldn't think that I would ever forget that because that took a lot of years of work.
Mm-hmm.
So I did my first show back in 2009. Funny story about that. That's when they did bikini. That's the first year that they did the bikini division. So Chris Carter, which was one of the Mr. Alabamas, he had a gym in down on 280. And he needed bodies for the show. And he was like, hey, you're a stripper. You're not going to care about being on stage in like some itty bitty bikini. I'm like, I don't give a shit. He was like, I'll coach you through, like, just eat the food. Like, it won't take a lot. Do a little cardio, whatever. Press around on stage, and like, I'll cover all your fees and everything. I was like, okay. And I did really fucking good at it. And I was like, I kind of like this.
Hell yeah.
And so I had a bad car wreck in 2012, right when I was 30. So, and I was actually thinking that day, I'm like, I should call one of the coaches and like, I could still hop in a show this year. It was early May. Like, I can do this. Well, I took a year off after the wreck, came back, did 3 shows that year, and I said, fuck bikini. Like, they kept saying, your upper body's too big. I was like, I want to be one of the big girls, man.
Hell yeah.
So here we went, like, on the journey to put on weight. So
hell yeah.
Yeah. It was fun.
It sounds fun. So, but like, I guess, not to get too in-depth, you can get in as in-depth as you want to or not, but like,
hit me with it.
I mean, you got into it, you liked it, stuff like that. But I mean, what is the fucking reason for getting into bodybuilding? Not just that,
So
what kept you in it, I guess.
What kept me in it is, honestly, I found comfort in the routine, the diet,
Sure.
You've got to do this, you've got a plan, you've got a goal. And it kept my mind, my body, everything occupied. So I stayed out of trouble. Like, I quit drinking. Like, that was it. My life just started revolving around bodybuilding, and there I was.
Oh yeah, I mean that makes sense.
So
a lot of the same things we found in powerlifting. Fucking, I left CrossFit for this, where there was no routine and no rhyme or reason to fucking anything. And that did change my life in some sense, because it sent me down a healthier path, right? But but
it's a drive. It's the constant goal. The next thing.
It is largely the routine that I appreciate, and
I love the routine.
So. Yeah, and you're right. It does keep your mind occupied. It keeps my mind right. I feel like most of the time. A lot of good place to put negative energy. Do you feel that way about it?
Yes, absolutely. That's absolutely.
Yep.
And I think I've been a little batshit crazy with my shoulder, because I'm not in there all the time, and it affects me mentally. It does.
So take us through, like, just doing this basically for fun, and the coach asks you to making the decision to attempt to go pro, because I mean there's a big fucking
it's a big gap.
There's a big gap of talent,
but
time, commitment, effort.
It's that falling in love with it,
right? Yeah.
Once I realized that I was good at it and I liked it and I enjoyed it, I just poured myself into it. So
that's fair.
And at that point, it was different coaches, it was more food, it was more gear, it was it was more money, it was more time in the gym, and it was less time with friends and losing friends, and that's fine because you outgrow people.
You do,
and I outgrew a lot of people in that, and I felt like it was really cleansing, honestly, because I felt like I was in a better place.
Yeah, I think that the quality of friendships we have now probably much much greater.
Yeah.
And
Right.
being around like-minded people, goal-oriented people. Because
Goal oriented. We're all
so-
goal oriented.
Yeah,
That is
so-
a big deal. Yeah.
it's such a drag because, you know, I was a musician first and played at a professional level. And like, I remember people I was in bands and stuff with, played original music with, they were like, "What the fuck are you going to music school? Like, this is such a fucking waste of your time." Like, you know, I remember they were like perpetually just like kind of lazy, just fucked up people. They were creative minds, they were talented,
And wasted.
they were capable, but they were just like, "I want to smoke pot." Band, you know, I got to the point, you know, a really good band I was in, you know, we had a 3 or 4 hour band practice, and 2.5 of that hours with them fucking ripping bongs. You know what I mean? We actually didn't get anything done. No, that shit kind of like, but you get around these people and they're like, you want to do something else with it. And they're just like, we're all right just being fucking stoners and jamming sometimes. And I'm like, well, I've committed my whole life to this. So we're going to have to like,
Step it up a bit.
we're going to have to step it up. And what I found in powerlifting or just fitness in general, is that everybody's kind of goal oriented, and that those kind of people
Well, they motivate
drop by the
you.
wayside,
Yeah.
right? And then you get around people that are like you said, goal oriented, and it is cleansing, and it changes. You're a business owner, not just the garage, but you own your own paint business too.
Correct.
When you're an entrepreneur, you have enough people telling you can't do this, you can't do that, and stuff
Exactly.
like that. So to be around
Oh, and
people that are goal oriented,
that is my biggest. Oh, that's a motivation right there. You can't do that. The fuck I can't.
Fucking watch.
Because look, I did.
Yeah, you did.
I did. I had it tatted on my arm. I did.
Yeah, it's a really, really good experience. So it's good to know that you kind of found the same thing, I guess. What do you got?
So did you like grow up with sports or anything? Any side of like athletic background, or just like
No,
just
I
went-
was the smart kid.
Okay.
So I was the smart kid. My mom always did like step aerobics and stuff like that, and I would go with her. But sure that I didn't play any sports in school. I was the smart kid. I was the stoner for a while. Kept A's and B's, got picked on, all that. Never even cracked a book. But it was just sports was sports. You know what sports meant to me? Was the softball team. I didn't know how many of them it was going to take to kick my ass, but I knew how many they were going to use.
That's fair.
That, you know.
Yeah.
So
Similar high school experience.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
and I mean, I was like Scrappy Doo, man. Like I thought I'm a scrappy little fucker. So it took several, but I'm like, God damn, they keep coming.
It is what it is, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Fuck, it sucks though.
It sucks.
I'm guessing a lot like me and him probably, and he had a different experience in high school, I'm sure, but because he was at home.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But,
nice. I begged for that.
Did you?
Yeah,
But,
yes, I did.
How much of that do you feel like you tapped into when you got into the weight room and like become goal oriented that way? Because I mean, I told you I'm negatively motivated, so I'm still thinking about that. You know, that person I had to fight in high school that kicked my ass, or you know, said this or called me the fat kid or whatever, and I'm still fucking hitting reps for them. Basically. You know what I mean?
In the beginning, it was probably a really, really big drop. And now it's hard for me to tap into that because I've gotten bigger. I live in Coleman. It's back asswards here. I'm not accepted here. So, I mean, I am, but I'm not. Like, the people that know me love me, but I'm different. And
Yeah.
Coleman doesn't like different.
They
And
struggle with
so, yeah, they struggle with that. So, like, once I get to a certain point, then I start getting called a trainee. I start getting called a man. And so then I'm going back, falling back into that bully side. So it's like now I have that struggle. Do I still want to be smaller, feminine, or do what I want to do and just be damn She-Hulk around here? So
I can do what you want to do.
I have to find that balance where I'm mentally happy.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a struggle all the time, especially me and you starting families. Like there's gonna be some time that we used to have that, that we didn't and shit now. But I mean, I feel like that from like old fitness communities, like coming from a CrossFit background, being 210 pounds and pretty fit to being 280. They're like, oh, you're just fucking fat now. It's like, oh.
Everybody's gonna
fucking stronger than
talk.
your motherfucking ass. That's for sure. But,
And, and everybody's gonna talk. It's just
Um,
whatever makes you happy. And then there's most days where I'm comfortable where I'm at, and then there's some days I'm like, I just want to be bigger and stronger. So
like I always want to be bigger. That's like
I think that's
perpetual
yeah.
I want
I
to be
think
bigger and
that's
stronger.
yeah. It's very rare where I'm like, oh, I wish I was a little smaller than I am right now. No,
Yeah.
that's only when I'm trying to fit in something I used to be able to fit into. I'm like, fucking my lats are in the way. Like, you know.
That's a good fucking problem to have.
Yeah, it is.
That's
It's a
a
great
fucking
one.
good problem to have. So, talking about that a little bit, something that me and him have shifted focus on with our training, especially since he's been with his coach, but me and him have been down this path for a while, is the further we get into powerlifting, the more and more we train like bodybuilders. We train less and less like powerlifters all the time, and more like.
So
Probably like what
y'all
you
are
do.
like power building.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely call it that, but there's been a trend that we can kind of identify in a way that the fucking fat guy no longer wins powerlifting meets. It's the guy that has the most muscle on his frame within his weight class that goes and wins powerlifting meets.
Right.
The fitter, more athletic person, and not just the guy that's bigger for bigger's sake, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Oh,
And that
absolutely. And there's some coaches around here that kill me. It's like, oh, you need to eat this many calories, and I don't care how you get it done. I'm like, why are you fucking doing
sure
them
as
that
shit
way?
fucking matters. Yeah.
Sure as shit matters. Like, watch stand efforting. It fucking matters, man.
Yep.
It
It
absolutely
matters the fuel that you put into your body.
We're getting more and more down that, especially coming from a CrossFit background for me, there's not a lot of balance in that sport, if that makes sense. So that you don't have a lot of unilateral movements and stuff like that. And that has really, even just based on the injuries I've had, that has really, really set me back in powerlifting because sure, I'm strong in a squat or I'm strong in a deadlift, but I'm not strong in a leg extension or a lunge or something like that. And now all of a sudden these injuries start piling up, and that has that's what's led us down this road. So I would say for me, I'm never going to compete. I talked about doing the summer shredding event, and we may still do that. But more and more often, we're talking more and more about professional bodybuilders that we like watching, or this type of training method or that type of training method, but very much so getting further and further away from I guess the core of powerlifting,
Or the
that traditional,
the traditional.
that traditional idea of it's a fat guy in a singlet,
Yeah.
that bench presses a ton. We're getting further and further away from that.
And I mean, that's okay. If that's what you want, that's okay too. But I mean, I think that if you hone in what you got, like get the diet right, get all that muscle packed on. I mean, some dudes are just fat and strong. Like it's corn fed, you're
It's
gonna
just what it
have
is.
that country boy. But I mean, you can fight the genetics and be so much more if you would tune into it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just untapped in our sport, and that's something that me as a coach, I'm hoping I'm one of the few that it's actually moving in that direction now. But
Making a difference.
it's starting to. I hope so. But
Well, you think about it, you've got 2 clients already that have come down weight classes with Heather and Austin, and they're both as strong as they've ever been.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of it's the same. Managing food, quality of food absolutely matters because you're not eating 4,500 calories anymore. You're eating 35, but the volume is higher. The type of calorie is better, so you're not as hungry as often. And yeah, you're in a 1,000 calorie deficit, but here you are. You're actually hitting enough protein. You're getting enough water. You're getting enough salt. You're getting all your micronutrients, and all of a sudden, 1,000 calories don't fucking make a fuck anymore because
It's the
you're
right
doing every
kind of
fucking.
calories.
It's the right kind of calories, yeah. And heaven help you if we get to the point we can go back to feeding you 4,500 calories. I guess the whole world's fucked. You're just gonna be fucking strong. you know what I mean?
Let me
If
tell
we
you
can,
that-
you're experiencing that now. Like
That's a lot of calories for healthy food.
Yeah, it is.
That is. I mean, it's hard. It's a full-time job.
4,300 and almost 700 grams of carbs right now.
It's a full-time job.
Yeah.
So I mean,
It is. It takes me 45 minutes to eat a meal sometimes.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Just the constant chewing
Yes.
and just like setting
and your
it down.
jaw gets so.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's a struggle.
I mean,
It's hard.
Bodybuilders get there. We don't even eat that much. Like usually, I know in the bulk season we do, but like it's a job.
Yeah.
you got 5 cups of rice in a single sitting right now.
Yeah. I had that today. 5 cups of rice and 6 ounces of chicken. That's one meal. And that's meal number 2 on my on my off day. That is on my off day. So it's pretty rough. There's 11 cups of rice in that day.
That's not nice.
No,
it's
no.
It's nice, but it's not nice.
I mean, you're eating so much food, you don't have time to think about the bad food.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I've only done one thing wrong this whole time with the diet, and that was going to Crumble because I was in Decatur.
Oh yeah.
And they had the it's basically an oatmeal cream pie, but it's a cookie. And my brother was like, dude, this is the best thing I've ever had.
Yeah.
It's so good, dude. It's so good. So I was in Decatur because I was going to Target anyway to pick up a bunch of stuff because they had sales on diapers, you know, and I'm like, God, I'm 7 minutes away. And I'm like, because I eat Crumble a lot. So I have like $10 in Crumble cash.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's
You're
free.
ready.
It's literally free.
Yeah, girl math. It's free.
Free money wise. Anyway, I drive over there and I get it. And I'm like, I'm only going to eat half of this.
Oh, no, you're not.
I did.
Oh.
I was good. I only ate half of it. And I calculated the macros and I was like, all right, half of this is going to be equal to like 60 carbs. So I can just do like a cup and a half less of rice. And it's only 16 grams of fat. So it's not going to impact my fat too bad. And I was like, I'm going to be taking my insulin anyway. So like, it's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine.
And I told Joe all this and he was like, yeah, dude, that's fine. Whatever. I don't care. I was like, he was like, if you want to eat more food, you can. And I was like, oh, I can eat more food.
More food.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Funny thing, yesterday I was hungry at the end of the day after I ate. And I was like, what the fuck? Why am I hungry? I just ate like 4,000 calories worth of food. How am I hungry?
Your body adjusts to it.
Yeah.
It's using it. It's
I was
using
just like, I'm just going to eat a protein bar. And
Yeah, it's fine.
It was fine. Yeah. I went to
good.
sleep, woke up hungry again. I was like, oh God, this is a problem.
So it begins again.
Imagine how bad that fucking cut's gonna be now. Come off this fucking meat. You're gonna be a hungry motherfucker coming off that.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
You're water cutting for the meat? Is that the plan?
I'm probably going to have to because I'm closing in on 250 again. So I'll have to cut down to at least 242. And we're still 3 weeks out. So I've still got 2 weeks to put on more weight. So we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so much fucking food.
Yeah.
That's something y'all got on me, man. I've never been able to get that right about myself. Me and you talk about that all the time, but I mean, so much so that my therapist is actively looking for 12-step programs for me to get in for food addiction. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's something I envy. And
Man,
definitely, you're figuring it out now, but definitely about what you guys do. I mean, it's,
It's brutal.
Yeah.
It's
fucking
brutal. Like,
huge.
you'll eat cardboard by the end of it. Until like then on stage where there's no water all day and it's just like I don't even want food. I want an energy drink. I want water. Like I don't want alcohol. I don't want anything. And then once I get a little bit of liquid in me, I'm like, I want everything. Feed me, Seymour. Feed, and everything tastes fucking amazing. That's the thing. If you put yourself on that diet and you restrict everything, when you do have that Saturday cheat meal, it tastes like the best thing that you've ever fucking had. And then, like, you get off prep, you eat like shit for a couple of weeks, you go back and you have that same burger, and I'm like, God damn, this tastes like shit. How did I like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's amazing. Not something I've experienced yet. It is what it is. We're going to get there.
It's
though.
an
We're getting better
incentive.
all the
It's
time.
an
Yeah.
incentive when food tastes even better because you've,
Yeah, I mean, it's
stayed away from it for
got
a
to
while.
be. It's,
When you eat chicken and rice every day for however many days in
Hey,
a row.
I had tilapia for
Ugh.
22 weeks, and it started at breakfast.
Oh,
one year.
gross.
Yeah.
No.
Eat fish for breakfast, then tell me how you died. It's okay.
every time you use somebody else's microwave, they fucking,
Oh, it's so mad.
they fucking hated you. Are you a big Little Shop of Horrors fan?
I love it.
Well, I call that.
Yep. Feed me, Seymour.
I've had to play that musical like about 10 times in my music career. So pretty awesome show. Right time of the year for it too.
It is.
For
It
sure.
is. I love spooky season.
It is. It's
Yep.
pretty fucking pumped about. I mean, it's a big fucking month for me. I mean, my baby's got a Halloween due date. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
fantastic.
pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of odd if we share a birthday though.
Yeah, I know you're really rooting for that because you're a Halloween baby too. But
I mean, so is Nick Saban. So
oh,
yeah.
that is what
So there you go.
Wants to be an
trying to, like,
Alabama fan.
fucking-
There we go.
fucking putting that out of my mind all the way out there. It is. It is
Well, at least he's successful.
At
So, I
least,
mean,
yeah,
there you
there's
go.
worse people to
There's-
compare,
yeah. It
He's
could be worse.
extremely fucking successful, unfortunately.
Right?
It is what it is. I guess.
Except when he loses one game and then the entire fan base wants to crucify him.
Oh,
I'll tell you one thing I do
right?
love about him is he hates that fan base as much as we do.
Thank God.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
can tell like his
He gets pissed.
indignation and just like
Yeah.
hatred for them. He talks to them. It's pretty entertaining, to be honest.
it is.
I can
It is
appreciate
entertaining.
that.
Yeah,
I can
it's
appreciate that.
entertaining.
So, what does the future of bodybuilding look like for you?
That's a loaded question.
That's
I
why
knew
asked
it was coming. I knew it was coming. So there's been a lot of death in bodybuilding the past year or two. We've been hit with some major stuff. Women don't get the recognition that men get in this sport. Most people can't name 5 female bodybuilders. Why am I going to kill myself for that? Like I've bucket listed, I've done something that most people haven't done, will never be able to do, don't even want to fucking do, whatever. So I don't know that I want to put myself through it again. I've done pro debut. I went to Puerto Rico for my pro debut. I went to Atlanta that same year. What else do I have to prove?
Fair enough.
So the diuretics, all the gear, I don't know.
That's fair. It takes a lot out of you.
It does. It
That's,
does. Every time you run that kind of diuretic, like this time when I went to Puerto Rico, and every time they put me on a plane, it's like the diuretics. Like I have to, like when I got my pro card, I went to Arizona and I had done so many shows back to back, and I was so deep in prep that I held so much water for whatever on that plane, right? I was taking more diuretics than the 300-pound men, the super heavies.
Fuck.
Thought I was gonna fucking die. So when I got home, which I ended up with COVID, so that could have been why I was holding water as well. Yeah, which we didn't know that till I got home. But before I went to Puerto Rico, I literally wrote out my will just in case something happened to me. And it dawned on me, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this again. And I never had tattoos till after my pro debut. So hit 40, now I got fucking like 6 of them.
Hell yeah.
Addicted. I want more.
It's extremely fucking addictive.
Yeah, and the judges don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like that. It's accepted now, but like Sandy and stuff, she don't like different color hair. She doesn't like the tattoos. And I get it. The darker tattoos hide the striations. It makes you look unbalanced. I'm still like so stuck with symmetrical that like my tattoos are symmetrical. Yeah. And I'm wanting a sleeve, and I'm like, as soon as I start the sleeve, like it's gonna fuck me up. I'm gonna have to do the other side because it's not symmetrical anymore. Like I'm just programmed for that now. So I don't know that I'm gonna do another one. I may do one for shits and giggles, for fun, for morale, for motivation. Somebody else, I may prep with them, but I don't know that I'm ever gonna have that fire under my ass to like, let's go.
That's fair.
Let's go do this.
So if you don't mind me asking, I mean, what does a gear protocol look like for a woman, especially in bodybuilding? Because like powerlifting, we do things a little bit different.
So my off season it was a lot of growth, win straw. That's what it kind of consisted of. Every year something different. Every coach is something different. They've loaded me down with a kitchen sink, insulin, MPP, EQ, Anavar, and I've figured out over the years what I can and can't take. And occasionally I forget about it. And then I'm like, oh, let's run some EQ. And I'm like, why am I batshit crazy? Oh, yeah. Funny, did this the last time I took this shit. But usually women are Winstraw growth, Anavar. What else do I take a lot? I don't even know.
No tests?
We can. Regular test, I'll take a little bit of sometimes. Primo's good. If it's real.
Yeah, that's another problem.
That's the big thing with Primo, and I feel like I put on so much water, my hands will swell really, really bad. So I have to watch that, with Primo. And I'm 41. It terrifies me. It's always my left hand. You see, I'm swelling now, and I'm not even on anything. So it'll be my left hand that starts to swell. I'm like, oh my God, I'm having a fucking heart attack. Like, fuck.
Pretty fucking serious. I mean, I just...
This is just, I've drank all week and ate like shit. I mean, I know what it is now. Yeah. I mean, I had pizza last night. I know what this is.
Even with us, I mean, I moved from going, I don't think I've ever ran a gram a week in total. Probably about 800 milligrams in total.
Oh yeah,
for strength training.
Ours is for a woman is so minute. Even with tests, like when I say that I get test, it's a tick mark on the needle. That's it.
Little,
very like it pisses me off because I've wasted. I like in my head, I'm like, I just wasted a needle. And like it took me longer to draw this up. Like this is gay. This is fucking stupid. And then Anavar, I feel like is Pez to me. Like I can't. Sometimes I can't tell. I was like, oh my God, I get this biggest Anavar pump. I'm like, I'm taking as much as you and I don't feel shit. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
But then they say, 5-10 gram, whatever, on milligram for a woman. And every time I just get 50s and quarter them. I'm like, 5 ain't doing shit for me.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Trend and Test pretty much has been mine. Done growth a few times.
Mm-hmm.
I like growth.
Growth is a fucking miracle drug.
I do like growth.
Growth. First time I did growth, I dropped like fucking 4% body fat and gained like 10 pounds.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel good.
Awesome. Yeah,
It makes you sleep good, makes you feel good. Yeah.
It healed that labrum too, by the way, at least according to my last doctor's visit for the labrum. So it's pretty fucking nuts. But
now you have to be careful with growth too, because if you have anything going on, it's going to make it grow too.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So if you got cancers, anything like that, it's going to be a problem. And I wonder if my bone spurs, is that worse now because I did so much growth over the
Could
years?
be, yeah. But arthritis for sure, same situation.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, a lot to think about. And pretty much my experience with stuff that's been kind to me has been Test and Trend.
I've never done trim.
Men talk about Trend and how awful it is for their mental health, but it's extremely kind to mine. The problem with Trend is it's incredibly not kind to my body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heart problems, high blood pressure, fucked up blood count.
Oh god.
Everything fucked up the blood count real bad.
I had a coach that ran me on so much shit that my estrogen was 3,200.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oof.
Oof. They don't even like the first time I went in and did blood work, it was 2,900, and they called me back. They were like, "This has got to be a mistake," and the lab ran it 6 times. Come back in. I was like, "All right, whatever." I was a nutcase at the time, anyways. I come back the next week, it was 3,200. And the nurse practitioner has been friends with me since I was 13. He calls me that morning. I'm on my way to work. I'll never forget it. I was going to paint a bedroom in Moody, and he calls me, and he was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm on my way to work." He goes, "How in the motherfuck are you not on the couch crying into a gallon of ice cream?" Right now? I plan on doing that when I get home from the gym. What are you talking about? He was like, "The lab has marked everything critical." I was like, "Oh, well, that's problematic." Oopsies.
Man.
But all the females on his team had really elevated. Yeah. But I was the one that was marked on blood work as the worst. So we all went in at different times. But yeah, mine was, we had to watch it, OBGYN. Like, it was over a year before all my shit was back normal.
Fucking nuts.
Yep.
It's,
Watch your coach. Do your
Yeah, absolutely. I've never had a coach give me my PED protocol. I mean, Brandon, when I was with him, he pretty much was like strict, like, I don't fuck with Trend. Trend weight gain is unreliable. Like, you're gonna lose every bit of this as soon as you come off.
Yeah.
Like, I just want you on tests, and then we'll do a shit ton of tests, but just gonna do tests, and then
just that, yeah.
6 weeks out we'll do an oral. And that was in general pretty fine. The orals kind of fucked me up a little bit too. But
Everybody reacts different.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it comes down to.
But I had an anabolic coach separate from Brandon a little while later. Who ironically I should have put 2 and 2 together, who was also selling me my gear at the time.
Oh, yeah.
They had me on it was 3 shots a week of a half test, a half test E, half Trin E, and a half Masteron E. And fucking Masteron made me go, that was the great mental breakdown of 2019.
Yeah.
It made me go batshit fucking crazy.
And women can't take Masteron. Like, really. And I've known a couple, that's where they lose their hair. All of them will lose
fucking
their hair.
Masteron made me batshit fucking crazy.
EQ makes me just, yeah.
I've never messed with EQ. I've done MPP, fucked up my prostate for a little while.
Yeah.
Not to make,
I mean, you'll have that.
Yeah, I mean, you will.
I
Yeah,
mean, you will. And I try to talk about that. Like, we had a posing clinic at the gym, and I have one of the coaches, I've always called him the chemist. And we openly talked about it, and that's something that MPC will not do on their posing clinics and stuff like that, is openly talk. Like, you need to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, like everything. I want everybody to be I want them to come in with all the knowledge that they need.
That's
like, you need to be educated on this shit, because I wasn't.
One of the problems with steroids being illegal is that all the information about it's hush hush too, and for that reason, there is more bad information than there is good information.
Absolutely.
And I'm stronger now just on HRT on 100 milligrams of progesterone a night and 200 milligrams of test a week than I was on 800 milligrams of mixed gear.
Yeah.
And it's like, And my blood work's fine. Like I have healthy blood work. Like normal cholesterol, normal red blood cell
and that's
count.
what's important.
My hemoglobin's high because my blood's thick. But that's like
go get blood, bro.
go get blood. Yeah, that's it. And it's
do
not
that
a
oil
big deal.
change once every fucking 3 months or so.
But like,
And which EQ will do that too. It makes your blood really thick.
like I mean, but like nobody fucking told me that. Like nobody told me, hey, this is fine, but if you do it like this,
You got to do
it's just
this.
a little bit fucking better. And you know, you can have these gains, and less is more, and maybe don't fucking pin 500.
I
What 500, but 300. 3 times a week.
What you said was so important right there. Less is more.
It is.
And I wish all these kids, all these high school kids and stuff. First of all, don't do it till you're like 23, 24.
Yeah,
Like you don't need it. You're making enough that you don't have to have it. But when you do, or if you do, less is more. Like you can't throw the whole house in the kitchen sink at something, because when you plateau, what the hell are you going to do then?
Yeah,
You've
exactly.
used it all.
Yep.
So
This last trend cycle, I did it to prep for March. Strongest I've ever been, got hurt on the platform, so it didn't fucking matter anyway. But coming off of it, my testosterone dropped to 137. Coming off of trend, and I don't know how high my estrogen was, but it was fucking ridiculous too.
oh yeah.
But it dropped to 137, and then on this HRT protocol, pretty much 91 days later, it went from 137 to 1456, and all of a sudden I'm strong or stronger than I was in prep, and I don't feel like fucking shit. And like the only thing these doctors told me, or the things I kind of figured anyway. But no, Zach had to do it fucking bro science way and fucking shove 750 milligrams a week in his ass, and nearly fucking kill himself, And it doesn't help either. Being a heavier weight lifter, it fucking really wrecks my shit because I have elevated RBC and cholesterol and shit anyway. So like, but man, less is more, and that's all there is to it. Now when I go back to a performance enhancing dose, I can go fucking 400. I'll never see 500 milligrams again in my life.
You don't need to.
I won't. No, absolutely not. That's it's fucking nuts to think about. But like,
But people do it. Like
fucking
like eating Tic Tacs. It's crazy.
heard of people taking 2 grams a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
what the
how they didn't die was
I
impressive.
don't know how anybody. I love Trent. I admitted to it. I don't know how anybody does Trent Ace and fucking pins daily, and then turns around and has to do 2 pins a test a week and all that other shit too. And they're going to do an oral and all. Fuck, dude. How do you fucking breathe? How do you tie your shoes without? Yeah, no shit. The Masteron gave me night sweats, dude. Like, I'm
A
talking
lot
about,
of people trend well too.
soaking the fucking mattress, like fucking terrible. Like, hated it.
I think
Like, there was nothing fucking comfortable about that shit. No, and it wasn't worth.
I'm
It wasn't
miserable.
worth it. Like,
Yeah.
It wasn't worth the gains.
Yeah.
At all.
I think I've the only one on the table right now that has been pretty fortunate that I haven't had major side effects from anything except for like
There you go.
I've had some acne. Like
I mean,
Yeah.
it happened. Hey, and let me tell you, sell some, like if you get it on your shoulders and back, sell some blue.
yeah.
Nizol, sell some blue. Any kind of dandruff shampoo will open up the pores.
I never had a problem with. I've always
Just
had
so y'all
really,
know.
really good skin. I was actually bitching to her about this earlier. The only thing that's ever fucked my skin up was fucking, and it's necessary for me to make my own testosterone now, but it's the progesterone.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that's ever fucked my skin up.
I've always had oily skin though, so like
Doesn't matter anyway. Yeah, that's
like,
fair.
I'm just really oily in general. That's why I got dandruff and all that shit. Like
It happens.
but yeah, other than that, like my side effects. But I've also never, the most I've ever done was like
Well,
8.
on the front end of yours, you had me being like, "Oh, you less is fucking more."
Yeah.
At this point, like I fucking know. Better.
You had to help everybody else had to learn the way.
I think we just started. It was just like 500 tests, and that's it. And I really wasn't even trying to like get huge. I was just like in a really bad mental place.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
testosterone. Yeah, testosterone helps with mental health.
It
So
does.
we'll give it a shot. And I instantly felt better.
Oh, God,
it was
yeah.
like it was crazy because it was like, oh, you're on Test E. That shouldn't affect you until like a few weeks. And I was like, no, I feel pretty good today. Like,
Yeah.
like
You can tell me what you want. I feel fantastic
Right.
today. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
That's been the
No, I know.
single, the HR. Well, I knew this because when I started gear, I started noticing it helped more than antidepressants do. As long as I was on, felt like king of the world. With
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
fucking
then you
problems.
come off and bottom
No
out.
fucking- and you feel like
Jesus.
fucking,
Death.
it's like starting a shotgun
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is what it is. But, I discovered that way. But, I'm on an HRT program. I've been able to come off of all SSRIs. I'm not on antidepressants anymore. Probably could use an anxiety medication of some type, but I'm not on any type of anxiety meds or anything like that. Like, it's a miracle how good this shit works for you when you use it
Correctly.
and not being, a dumbass.
Let's play them more.
And I think people are so fucking judgmental about it, but they forget that all this shit served a medical purpose before
Oh yeah, absolutely.
it was used or abused by people in sports.
Us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Us. Yeah.
But like, it had
I still want to see some sports though that just lets you use like full-fledged, do whatever performance enhancing drugs you want to do. Like, I really want to see what the human body is capable. How far can you jump? Like, let's pump them through and let's see what does happen. Like,
what's really
let
interesting,
that league happen.
there was a guy who was trying to do, I think it was in Australia, he was trying to do the Olympics that was untested. Like just Olympic games.
Would that not be awesome?
It would be pretty dope to see. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I would watch it.
Yeah.
Like, I would support it 100%.
some type of idea. But I've
Again, do it right. Don't kill yourself.
in
I mean, if you
professional
want
sports,
to, like, whatever.
I've made this point before. It's ridiculous for football fighters,
Any contact sport.
contact sports in general, especially because a lot of this stuff does have regenerative benefits and you can heal faster on an anabolic, or especially something like HGH or something like we talked about. But, if you're a professional ball player and you're toward the tail end of your career and you can get 2 or 3 more years out of your body if you take that pen, and 2 or 3 years more for a baseball player, that might be $100 million more dollars.
Yeah. That could be huge.
And somebody says,
and
I can
why
help
does
you.
it matter?
I can help you beat this test if you'll take this, and we can extend your career 3 or 4 more years, and you can make another $100 million. Buddy, there's nobody at this table. There's nobody that that wouldn't say yes to that.
Exactly. And I don't understand,
we'll do whatever the fuck it matters. So if we know that they're doing that anyway, we know that they're doing it.
Yeah.
Why fucking have a rule about it?
Why does it matter? Why does it matter?
Yep.
It's baseball and it's football, or it's the Tour de France. Like, just do it. Like, it's your choice one way or the other. Why do we have to say nobody can do it because Gary don't want to do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
Yeah, I get it, and I understand to some extent with like fight sports or football because it is full contact. Maybe you do
something.
acute injuries, maybe on-field injuries because everybody's a little faster and everybody's a little stronger. Maybe they go up, but it stands to reason that they also come back from injury faster and with less total body damage.
True.
Maybe a knee injury is not career-ending. Whatever it may be. I understand there's some safety involved to some extent, but man, some of these guys in the NFL, we know what that looks like now.
Yeah.
We know what. I mean, you've been to a natty bodybuilding show.
Oh yeah.
Credit all their fucking work.
Yes.
All that stuff.
However,
they do the diet.
However, let me say, caffeine is a drug. So I don't want to see you walking up with your fucking Monster or your Bang and going, "Oh, I'm all natty, bro." No, shut up. You're semi-natty.
But the difference between you look at a fucking professional natural bodybuilder, a man, and then go look at somebody like
Chris Bumstead. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what the difference
Yeah.
in an enhanced athlete and a non-enhanced athlete is. And tell me some of these football players.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, we know what that looks like now.
Yeah.
Like, to have, 36 plus inch legs that you're,
Something. You're doing. You've done something.
You've done something. Like,
And I'm not saying that you're still doing it, but you've done it.
Yeah, you've done it. Yeah, absolutely.
You've done it.
And I think, being a nutrition shop owner has kind of been revealing about that, because I can tell the kids no, but I can't tell the parents no if they want to come in and buy SARMs.
Right.
I don't know who it's for. I can guess that it's probably for their football player son, but we know that even at small levels, which is really unfortunate, that it's happening. But for whatever reason, out in if the same people, if you talk to them out in the open, they're like, "Oh, that's cheating. We would never do that. That's against the rules." And why did you buy 10 bottles of Rad 140 from
Like, there's bodybuilders and stuff, and there's some around here that they're like, "Oh, we don't do anything. No, we're off. What? Shut the fuck up."
Right?
Like, we all know. Like, stop lying. Don't lie to these kids. That's what pisses me off, too. Don't lie to these kids and be like, oh, yeah, just eat your chicken and rice and you're going to look like this. That's not, it's close, but not quite.
It's part of it. And, you know, we talk about all the time, nothing's more anabolic than sleep. And
Yeah, absolutely.
But, like, yeah, and the problem with lying to them is exactly what the original topic was about. The problem with lying to them is you're just perpetuating more bad information to give that kid.
Yes.
If you're open and honest and say, these are the benefits, this is what you got to look out for, less is more, like that kind of thing.
This happened to me. This is what I've done. This happened to me. Like, don't go down the same road. It's pretty damn simple.
It is.
And that's what I tell everybody that says anything about it. I'm like, hey, wait, do it right. Don't do it yet and do it right.
What's funny, did you know they can be fined in professional strongman for talking about their cycles?
Really?
Everybody fucking knows you're fucking wrong. You just put 700 pounds above your fucking head. Like, it's not like, it's not like, but yeah, they can be fined for that shit.
Are they fined by their sponsors? Because
by like the governing events and stuff, federations and stuff.
That's so
it's like, man, like, this is strength. That's what's so funny about powerlifting. Like, walk up to powerlift, they'll tell you exactly what they're fucking on. They're like, fuck, I don't care. Like, if I was natty, I'd go compete in the fucking natty division.
Right.
It's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. Like, we don't give a fuck. But like,
everybody else
historically, the strongest people on the planet are like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like,
drugs.
I bet you fucking do. It is what it is. It's so fucking funny that we just have this
stigma.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's unfortunate. And I think what's really unfortunate is I was pretty open and honest with my mom about when I started using and stuff. And while she's really fucking cool, especially about it now, you would have thought I told her I was addicted to fucking heroin or something the first time I told her. Like, it's not what this is.
Right.
Like, it's not an addiction. It's not like I can't wait to get home to fucking, I fucking hate penning. Like, if there was a way, if the gel worked, if there was an oral that worked that didn't kill me or anything, I'd do anything but pen.
Yeah, anything
you know what I mean?
But,
this isn't fucking fun. It's not recreational.
And that's another thing, talking about telling your mom. So I've never lied to my doctors about it. Even in new primary, whatever, I come in, I'm like, all right, look, this is what I'm on. This is what I'm taking. This is what I used to take. And they're just looking at me like, what the fuck?
Well, they're not used to you being honest.
No, and then some of them don't. They're like Googling it right there. I'm like, you want me to tell you what that does? Like, what it was made for? Like, I can help you. They're like, I don't. What is it like? What's the actual name of that? I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, here we go.
What's really probably unfortunate in your situation is they probably see 100 men a day that take it and are dishonest about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I come in, I'm like, oh yeah, so I'm on Anavar right now and EQ, and they're like, Anavar. I'm like, yeah, that thing that they created for AIDS patients and stuff with the wasting away disease that keeps your body from eating itself. Yeah, that one. And they're looking at me like,
it's probably,
Glenn,
Yeah, it's probably really, really curious being in your position, being a female, and one, having to explain it to people that want to know or ask, or they look at you like you're a fucking alien, probably.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I say unicorn.
Unicorn, yeah. That's a feminine way to put that. that's good.
Grumpy used to have me in their system as the unicorn.
The unicorn?
Yeah. Because I came in bitching one day. I was like, I don't know why everybody wants to stare at me like I'm a goddamn unicorn. And she was just like,
unicorn. Permanently the grumpy's unicorn.
Yeah, Macy had me in the system for years as the unicorn. I don't know. I don't know if it's still there or not. For years, my bar tab, unicorn.
There's a lot of stigma about what we do in general, not whether it's bodybuilding or powerlifting. I can't tell you how many. I have a client right now whose in-laws are like, every post he makes, there's an in-law. One of either his father-in-law or his mother-in-law is like, you're gonna throw your back out. You're gonna be old and decrepit one day.
Yeah.
Well, and I hear that stuff too. And you know where most of our injuries happen? Doing dumb shit in the yard.
Yeah, I mean, I threw my back out, wiping my ass one time. One of the worst I've ever fucking thrown my back out, fucking wiping my ass. Not a fucking 500-pound deadlift.
No.
I fucking wiping my ass.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. Like,
stepping off the curb wrong, sleeping wrong. I hurt myself more sleeping wrong than I do in the gym.
Yeah, no, you're not lying. That fucking sleeping wrong when you start getting old.
Motherfucker.
It is.
Motherfucker.
It is. Makes you feel like you wake up, felt like you wrestled a fucking grizzly bear.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn. It is what it is.
Yep.
You got something to say? I feel like you did. I felt like
Yeah.
something was like,
No, it was a long time ago. We're way past that. We're way past that.
The wheel was going.
say it, dude.
Yeah. Bring us back to it.
Yeah.
So we were talking about bodybuilding and your return that will never happen, supposedly. Maybe one day.
I never say
But
never.
never
but
say never, right.
It's not in the immediate plan. Yeah.
But we were talking through the powerlifting podcast. So powerlifting, maybe?
So when the Bone Spur, this is fun. When the Bone Spur like really put me down this year, I had started a power building program, and I was coming back to the dark side.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, because what the gym. I mean, if you notice, like my gym has a lot of powerlifting. We don't have a whole lot of bodybuilding events. We've had some posing clinics, but we've got the deadlift going on. You know, so I was dipping my toe back in the water. You know, yeah, I want to.
I mean, you could fuck some people up.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Just let me know. Mm-hmm. We'll go take some records.
Oh yeah, but it's been a long time, so I'd love to.
Yeah.
It's
I would
fucking
love
fun,
to.
man.
And my bench has got up to 195 now. So
I feel like that's got to be a state record.
That probably is. What's
for a 140-pound bitch.
for 140?
That's probably even open.
Liz Roboto fucking down there at that fucking meet that she shouldn't have been allowed to compete in because she registered after it had closed, and she went down there natty and totaled 200 pounds less than she did the meet before and took the bench press. She's probably 205, 210.
Well,
WRPF, though, doesn't have any.
That's true. Yeah,
but I will
USDA
say that
yeah.
I was natty. I was natty when that happened.
I believe you. No, you don't have to
And
convince me.
then here's the thing: I hadn't benched in months and months. Like I didn't do a program for that. Like we just had like a little bench comp at the gym in Perseus, and everybody was like, "Hey, hop in." And I was like, "All right."
Come on, let's bench 240. I can get you there.
I mean,
Yeah.
hell, I want to get 200. Yeah, absolutely. We'll have the shoulder surgery. We're fucking rampant. And then I want 405 so bad I can't see straight on deadlift, but I'm at like 385. So I'm right there at the cusp.
Yeah, you're right there.
Ammonia, and I'll probably I mean, a couple of beers is good.
Whiskey helps.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the right environment.
Yeah, it
helps,
does.
You
It
know.
absolutely does.
So
And it helps to have somebody else's ass to kick.
it does.
Oh, yeah.
Now, my squat needs work, but now that I've got the monolift at the gym, like I don't have to walk it out, so I don't throw that sciatic nerve. Like I don't. My hips are uneven,
That's fair.
and so
I
that
wear a lift, man. It's
Yeah.
helped.
Yeah.
It's changed my life.
yeah, I just go to the chiropractor every week. It's fine. He pops me back in. It's cool. Sleep funny. Throws it out. He's like, "How the fuck?" I'm like, "I don't know." I sleep with 2 pit bulls. Like it's contortion.
Yeah.
But you know, in a 315. I mean, a 315 squat, it's not bad for a 140-pound girl.
Oh, hell no, it's not. I'm just
So-
thinking, I'm
Yeah.
sitting here thinking we can knock down. I'm doing the
There's-
math. Like we can knock down 375, 450, and like 240 probably.
Get over 1,000 pound total.
Yeah, I think you could total 1,000 pounds. Yeah,
Yeah. So
which would be you'd be a certified bad bitch if you did
I mean-
1,000 pounds. Not that you aren't already, but
I'm just saying, like,
Just another check mark.
just another check mark. Yeah.
Y'all didn't know it, but this was going to be a topic of a conversation later. So nice to bring that up. That's a good job.
I mean,
Good
we
job.
will do our best to pull anybody we can to the dark side.
Yeah.
And that's what I always call it is the dark side. Like, you know, I'm going to step over to the dark
We're
side
okay
for a
with
little
that
bit.
title.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dark side's cooler. We got
It
better
is.
clothes.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Yeah. So that brings me. This is something that's always turned me off about bodybuilding. It's not bodybuilding itself. It's not the work. It's not the diet. It's not the people or anything like that. How political is it?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I had to know
it's
something, but I need to know because, like, even like I have.
Nobody asked that, and I love that you asked that because it is so fucking political, man. It's
I feel
so
like,
bad.
you know, just as a bystander and not really knowing much about it,
Well, and,
I can see a girl or a guy on stage and know that they are like, damn, they look better than fucking everybody else up there, and they don't even fucking get called out.
but one judge don't like them. One judge, like just like I had blue hair one year, and Sandy was like, "I don't like it," and that's fine. That's fine. I knew going in like this is risky, but it's all. So when y'all do the powerlifting, you either pull the deadlift, you hold it, you don't. You either get the bench locked out, you don't. Like it is cut and dry. Several judges, the lights call it. Everybody sees it. There's no gray area. Right?
Right.
Am I right?
Well,
Mostly.
Yeah, there's
There are some judges out there that
that's different and stuff like that.
That
but-
cause a little, but you know it's coming too,
Yeah.
right? So everything bodybuilding is just looking, going, well, I think this, I think that. Like there's no, it's all gray. There's no black or white for the most part. You're not measuring out. You're not going, well, their lats are 44 inches, you know,
Yeah.
and his is this, and the depth and the striation here is that. Like it's just, it's what they see. It's all them.
Yeah, that's hard. And I think what brings people to the dark side is this. If I'm stronger than you, there is not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Right.
There's no opinion that's going to change that. There's no,
And-
you know, when we have the dot score now, which, you know, when we had Wilkes before that takes into account gender and body weight and stuff like that. And not that I bitch about it a lot, but I do think that's probably the fair way to judge strength. But outside of that, if you're fucking stronger than somebody, goddamn thing they can do about it.
When it
And
comes,
another thing with bodybuilding with the judges too is different judges look for different things. And so in different shows are known, like you don't want to come in as grainy and lean in this one, but this one wants you extremely grainy and lean. So you never know what they're looking for.
Is that not extremely fucking unhealthy for you guys?
It is
I mean,
extremely fucking frustrating
I'm
too.
sure it
Like
is,
you
yeah.
never know. And then you've got Arnold Schwarzenegger pulling his shit. Like, well, I don't want women's figure, women's physique, women's bodybuilding. Well, I'm physique and bodybuilding. Fuck the Arnold now. He got rid of my classes because we don't look like he wants us to look. And that's why we got Wings of Strength, which is a women's bodybuilding stuff, because they got rid of women's bodybuilding, pushed all the big bitches down to women's physique. Well, then the women's physique had to get bigger. So you've skewed both of those categories, and it's a constant battle to save that. I don't want to be in that war anymore.
That's fair.
I'm not in that war.
That's
I want my home, I want my place, and I want to just be accepted there and it be okay, and not even the people within my bodybuilding or whatever, my world, looking down and going, oh, well, you're too big. Fuck you.
right. Yeah, that sucks. But it also sucks just having to deal with a moving target.
Constant.
Especially when all of us in fitness, whether you're a bodybuilder or not, experience body dysmorphia, especially if you grew up
And it's
getting picked
bad.
on.
Yeah, it's bad.
Like we did. You know, I grew up the fat kid, had eating disorders. I was a skinny kid for a long time because of those eating disorders. And now I'm the fat kid again. But like I still think of myself as looking the same as I did when I started
Dude,
lifting
you
weights.
do that? Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
you know
that.
what I
I
mean?
don't
Like, I don't
realize
feel-
everybody's like, you're
don't see it.
huge. I'm like, I'm still like 115
I don't
pounds
see a
short, kid.
55
What are you
plus
talking
inch chest, and I don't see
about?
the size of my legs. I still look like the same I did,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. And then
Well,
I
I
wake
started
up, I'm like, you know, every day it's like, does the God complex win, or does like the self-hating like insecurities win today? Like, who are we gonna play? Is body dysmorphia
Boy,
gonna
I
win,
wish
or
that God complex would show up for me a little bit more often.
Yeah, I do love the God complex
I get-
days. I'm like, I got this.
A good bench day will give me a hard dick for a little while.
Yeah.
And it's all right. But like squats just take the wind out of myself.
I feel that.
I think we all can relate to that. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever really got quite to God complex. I've been close. Like I've felt pretty good some days, but I've never just been like fucking kill anybody.
I bet
like,
you do on
know,
October 28th.
we'll see.
That's probably the closest. Last year, the same meet is the closest I've ever seen you being that way. You even got a little chippy and everything like that.
I did get a little chippy. I
like
did.
it. We had, you know,
We had really good competition.
and the kid in the warm up room, admittedly, he ended up being a great kid, but he was a fucking fuck stick in the warm up.
He was.
Like, he was awful.
It would have.
And, like, and I'm like negatively motivated. I'm just there coaching you that day, and I'm like, you got to fucking kill him. like, you take his head off, and then
I don't care who else goes down, but that motherfucker
you had
goes
your
down
deadlift
today.
celebration and everything else. I'm like, fuck yeah, he's got a little.
I was a little.
his veins.
Well, it's also, you know, I knew I won. Like,
Yeah.
so it was kind of like, there's, you know, just a little bow, you know, whatever. No, I'm.
It was good to see
Yeah.
a little laugh in that moment. 'Cause me and you're generally pretty. We're pretty cool and calm in the gym. We don't
Yeah.
really get. I get fired up about some things, but like, I feel like on the actual training days, it doesn't serve me to get beside myself
Yeah.
about something anymore.
Depends on what it is. Like if Joe has me going out there doing something like intense, I'll get a little rowdy. But like other than that, I try to stay pretty calm.
Yeah, I mean,
I just want to have fun again. Like,
Yeah,
that's
and,
fair.
and which is funny because you know I brought up the fact that I was a stripper before, and so like the girls at the gym, they laugh at me, and a couple of the guys that know me real well, they know like when I'm having a good training day, when I'm in a good mood, like when I'm feeling it. Because I'll shake my ass. I'll just be sitting there and my ass, they're like, she's wagging her tail. She's happy today. I'm like,
It's not near that much, but people can tell by me my shoulder shaking.
Yeah. Like, you know,
that's my only tell.
And then I'm dancing around with the music a little bit. Like, that's nice. It's not, you're in it then. I enjoy that.
I guess I just don't get so like, especially because squats have hurt me so bad. I really feel like every time I squat, it could be my last time squatting. Honest to God, because I've been that bad, you know, for several years now.
That's a hard road
if I'm not
mentally
concentrated, I feel like I'm putting myself at risk. So I don't really like deadlifts. Are probably a little bit more prone to do something like that, but on squat and bench press, I would rather be calm and cool headed about it than.
I feel like sometimes if I put too much into it, that's where I fuck up. So if I can relax, you know, if I relax and I have fun with it, I'm having a better workout. I'm not getting hurt. And if I concentrate too much, that's where I actually hurt myself more.
I still have a lot of like internal conflict.
Yeah.
It's a day.
I'm constantly between sets telling myself I'm a piece of shit. If I don't do this or I didn't because I didn't do that or, you know, whatever happens. But I'm, you know, not to the point right now. I'm just going to like stomp around the gym and be belligerent and yell and scream before a lift or I'm just not there right now. And it just is just not part of what I'm doing right now. So.
I mean, I don't think I've ever really gotten there. I've been pretty calm. I get a little rowdy, but I never really just get like.
You know what's
I've yelled
funny?
At people in the gym a lot. I've thrown clips. I've thrown dumbbells.
That's fair. I mean,
I've got pissed in prep.
That's a whole different ball game though. When you're in prep, like a bodybuilding prep, because you're so hungry and like
hangry.
Yeah,
hangry.
just like violently.
Yes.
Yeah, that's something you definitely get a pass on that. But what's funny is like too.
It's funny when it happens.
Competing at meets.
Funny.
There's some guys like this. They were all Army dudes, and God help them, they were all good dudes. But they were so fucking turned up at my fucking meet, and I'm like, bro, your only saving grace is I just set my IT band into the fucking moon. Like I don't know why you're fucking acting like this. Like you get some of those like that.
Simmer
but
down.
I see people like that when I'm coaching meets, when I'm participating in meets. And I'm like, that's for whatever reason, that fucking asshole that's a little louder than everybody else, has been a little bit more belligerent, is never the person I'm fucking worried about.
Yeah.
That's never the person that I say, Nathan is going to have a hard time beating him today.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to have a hard time beating today. Or one of my girls are going to have a hard time beating it.
Well,
it's like, no, it's the guy that's sitting over in the corner with his headphones on, fucking not paying attention to anybody. Like,
that's the problem. Yeah. But see, in bodybuilding, like on show day, we're all kind of like that. And we get a little chipper and we're all talking to each other, but it's real mellow. Like, there's not some bullshit backstage.
Well, you've gone,
we're too fucking tired.
days without food.
Yeah. we're too tired. We all had cheeseburgers last night. We're happy, a little bit of water till about 8 o'clock when the diuretics kick in, and then everybody's just like a zombie going. And you have to tell yourself, like, you've got like 30 seconds and you've prepped 16 to 22 weeks. Like, fucking enjoy it. Enjoy. This is your moment. And everybody's like kind of trying to make friends, seeing old friends, but at the same time, it's like, just let me get up and have my fucking moment so I can go eat. Because you eat again after prejudging, you get to eat again. So it's like, there, I
don't know. It's funny. I don't know. Maybe that's some maturity. Maybe it's not maturity at all, but I just gotten to the point that I just not that guy anymore. Yeah. It is what it is.
Probably a lot of it is maturity. Well, and the fact that you've been through it so many times. Like you're fresh meat in any kind of situation like that. It's like, bless this mess, shut the fuck up, but you'll learn one day, kid.
I guess my thinking back, my first meet, I didn't get pumped about anything except my last deadlift. I did get a little pumped about that.
I think that's, this first one is important, but that meet too, which I got hurt in too.
Yeah.
You pretty well knew we were the strongest people there.
Yeah. Well, there was that one guy, that one lifter of the day. He was like a 198 or a 181, and he's
pretty good. He's a good sumo player. He was the the long-haired kid.
Yeah, but it was like he had a good squat, but his deadlift was less than mine.
I'm going to say this.
His bench was less than mine.
I pull funny on deadlift.
What's pull funny?
So I used to do sumo, but I told you about my hip, right? So I don't do a whole lot of sumo. So I'm conventional, but I'm still hook grip. I don't like. I'm not the over. I'm straight.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, that's
But you don't see that many girls pull that way.
No, you
so
don't. No, that's hook grip's
I'm
getting
an
more and
oddball.
more popular with sumo lifters.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm an oddball on that one. But I feel like with the one sided, like again, my symmetrical.
When you say hook, are you actually wrapping your thumb up? Are you gripping your thumb? That's what we call hook grip, and that makes you feel like it feels like fucking death.
Yeah.
I don't know that I always do, but if I do, I break a thumbnail.
You don't want to do that, do you?
But I'll break my nails.
But
You
yeah,
know when I've
double
had a good pull because I'll break a nail. Yeah.
double overhanded is pretty rare, especially if it's a strict double overhand for sure. That's
I just don't see it, and everybody looks at me. They're like, "Why are you not pull?" I'm like,
Well,
I just feel off.
people don't really think about this, but it's probably your bodybuilding background to some extent because the degree of lat tightness when you mix grip is different from left to right hand. And you can train. I almost guarantee you, me and Nathan have one lat that's bigger than the other. Because
Well, I was about to say,
definitely
I feel like to stay symmetrical, you have to swap it every time.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I'm not that person.
yeah,
I'm
that's fair.
not. My OCD says nope. We're just gonna go this way.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if you pull better, we do what I tell people all the time because I definitely give some of my lifters shit about pulling sumo, but we do whatever wins. So
Yeah.
if you pull however you're comfortable, and we'll adjust it, and we'll make some small changes and stuff. But however you're the most comfortable, how much you can pull, however you can pull the most weight, whatever wins is what we're doing, baby. I ain't worried about it.
The first time I pulled 225 was sumo. And so after that, then it started kind of changing with that hip. But yeah, I used to. That's all I pulled with sumo. I was like, oh, I fucking love this shit.
I'm surprised. You have a bodybuilding background. You have probably a much stronger back than most ladies coming into powerlifting.
yeah.
You should be a conventional puller.
Yeah, for sure.
because
I mean,
your back's
I racked pulled 405 3-4 years ago. That was the last time I rack pulled 405. I mean, and it was just nothing.
bigger back, strong grip from doing all the pulling exercises and stuff.
And my traps.
Yeah.
From work,
Yeah.
I've always done some kind of manual something in my traps. Like I have
Putting
to.
in paint cans, buddy.
See all them ceilings. I used to work in chicken houses, so I did farmers carries. Like you don't think about it, but I picking up dead chickens. Like you're hauling, like, and I shrug it up. So I have to really think about not trap loading when I do stuff because my traps, like my neck disappears. I used to go in. There was a gym that I went in Gardendale, and they'd be like, "Hi, Tamara's traps."
TriStar?
Yeah, TriStar.
That's a pretty cool little gym.
It was when Neil had it.
I don't
And
know.
now the new guy.
I don't know nothing about that. I coached a powerlifting through a powerlifting meet there one time and really enjoyed it. But
Yeah, I wanted to go and I can't because I'm
oh,
banned.
that's probably a whole nother podcast about it. Oh, any other gyms you're banned from?
No, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't like Teddy Zane's. Me and Teddy Zane, we get into it. He does a powerlifting meet too. But yeah, me and him butted heads years ago. So I'm not banned. I just don't go.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I've not had the pleasure of being banned from the gym yet.
No.
I never thought it would happen. Like I'm like, of all people, me.
Fucking people on the short list, I wish were banned.
And let me tell you what gets you banned from a gym. And when you tell the truth and you open your mouth. That's what got me banned. It's not I wasn't throwing shit, I wasn't causing problems, but the gym owner got on trend, couldn't handle it, hit on me all the time, and openly was like, "Hey, let me see your pussy. Everybody else has seen it." And I told everybody about it, and I sang like a canary, and all of a sudden, I'm the problem.
Yeah, so I had that. So I coached at a local CrossFit gym. That's the beginning of my personal training career, and pretty much their issue was they all had motors. They did really, really well in terms of like cardiovascular endurance events, stuff like that. All of them were weak as fuck. Well, I'm the only one there that has an understanding of strength training, so we start doing some strength training and whatnot, and none of those people were coachable. You'd say, "Hey, this was okay. That sucked. We need to fix this." And for whatever reason, being told they were doing something wrong,
They just couldn't
Check
take the
their ass.
couldn't take
and
criticism.
I was asked to leave that gym because of the only thing I'm doing is coaching and trying to help make them better.
Yeah.
And that's such a rah everybody did great, slap on the ass environment that
You
they
don't
couldn't
always need that. You need the truth.
you don't need everything's fine all the time.
No.
That's not
No.
that's not the truth.
Sometimes life is shit, and we need to talk about it and figure out how to help each other through it. That's what
absolutely.
we need.
And that's what a coach is supposed to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my job is to say, you could do this better.
Yeah.
Like, if not, then the fact that you're paying me is a disservice to you.
Yeah.
And it's, honestly just makes me kind of fucking obsolete at that point too. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
you don't, if you ain't gonna listen to me, you don't fucking need me.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
or you
Coach
don't
yourself.
want me. You know what I mean?
Coach
Like,
yourself.
it is what it is. It's a funny
Yeah.
fucking situation. But
Mhm.
dad jokes, you ready for those?
Are
Any
you
more
ready?
questions? Oh,
I got one,
hold,
and it's a huh?
hold on just a second. We didn't let her talk about her gym.
Yeah.
We need to do that.
We talked about the fact that I have a
You
gym.
have it.
Yeah.
We do need to do that. You're a business owner, and we need to let you talk about it. So when did you start it, and what's the plan? Where's it going? Tell us about that stuff.
Okay, so it is the Garage Gym, and we're located on Welty Road, which is County Road 703 in Coleman County. And we opened up April of this year, so we're brand new. We're a baby. It's $35 a month, no contract. I'm the only gym in town that I know of that's no contract.
And has a monolith.
And it has a monolift. We got 3 deadlift platforms. I didn't know y'all might not have even seen 2 of them that's laid up against the wall, but we've got 3 of them.
Oh yeah.
We got a bunch of Dynabody equipment. I tried to go through and find. I used to go to different gyms. I would go on Friday. I would drive over an hour just to go to a different gym for leg equipment. I would go on Sunday mornings, hour drive to Gunnersville, leg equipment. And so I have made it my mission to find the good equipment that nobody else has, that we need, that everybody needs.
So we ain't got to drive an hour out of the way.
By God.
Hell yeah.
I mean, why not? So I've got strongman stuff, powerlifting stuff, bodybuilding stuff. We've got arm wrestling practice every other Sunday there. I mean, you name it, we'll do it. Fire truck pull. We got fire truck pull on October 28th. We're real excited about that
Doing
one.
that with the deadlift competition?
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
So we're
yeah.
going to do that. So it's going to be an all day thing. So we're starting at 3 o'clock. 3 to 5 o'clock is the fire truck pull. That's when Berlin Fire Department's like, hey, you called us 3 days too late to do your trunk or treat. We've already committed, but we'll bring the truck over. I'm like, done. So we start 3 to 5 there. Then we do the trunk or treat because there's nothing around. So I'm trying to be as community involved as possible too. So we got something for the kids going on. After the kids leave, then we're going to do costume party, kind of the deadlift style. You can only deadlift if you're in costume.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
I've already been talking shit to Austin about that. I'm going to come chop his ass down.
There you go. I mean-
probably not. But,
Well,
but I'm gonna make him think that I am for as long as I can.
Yeah, but you know what? What did that is there used to be these guys that came in 24E and Hoover, and at Christmas and shit, they would dress up as Santa Claus or the elves or whatever. Like there was always somebody doing something cool.
Right.
And it was like, even if I didn't feel like going on Christmas Day, I'm like, I'm gonna go down there and see who's doing what. And they're always deadlifting. I'm like, that's so fucking cool. And so I want to bring that up here.
Hell yeah. That's smart.
So
I like it.
I mean, and I hope we just get bigger and better and stay the family that we are. And I think, like I told you earlier, we're kind of like average Joes. We're something for everybody. It's not just everybody's like, oh, it's just these big dudes up here. I'm like, no, it's not.
Right.
It's everything. It's every variety of overweight, underweight, professional, non-professional, want to be professional. Like you name it, we're there.
Hell yeah.
And it's not to sound like Planet Fitness, but we're not judgy like Planet Fitness. I'll judge the fuck out of you for what you play on the radio. But
Fair.
for what you're doing in the gym, I'm not going to judge you because you're there.
Hell yeah.
And that means everything to me. It's family.
Maybe a powerlifting meet in the future.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. You already know I'm all for
I
it.
know you're all for it.
I've got a name and everything. Are you kidding
Hell
me?
yeah. Let's go. We don't need to put that on the
Yeah, we
podcast,
can't do
but
that yet. But
I'm
if we
excited
change the date, I don't know what the hell we're going to name it.
we can
That's
come
the
up with
only
something.
thing.
with
Yeah,
it.
we
I'm
will.
really good at stupid names.
Okay.
That's true. That's true. You did come up with the name of the podcast.
I did. Yep.
Yeah.
Sip it and rip it. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. All right, dad jokes finally. We had to let her plug the gym.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You don't have anything today?
I actually had. It depends on what you said from Dad Says Jokes because what
A
you.
lot.
Is it bad? I've got one ready.
Go
No,
for
go
it.
ahead.
Take.
Let's go. We're ready. We
So-
never have anything ready.
So I saw a baseball coming,
Mm-hmm.
and it kept getting bigger and bigger.
Okay.
Couldn't figure out why. Then it hit me.
Hell yeah.
You're
Not
welcome.
Daddy Says Jokes.
Oops.
Oops, that's the wrong fucking search.
So,
Calm down. Killer.
if lightning strikes an orchestra, who's most likely to get hit?
I don't know.
The conductor.
That's pretty fucking
That's
good.
pretty good. That's
Pretty good.
Oh man. I had told Sandy a bunch of these the other day. I'm trying to find some of these.
I was about to say, I had so many good ones earlier, and now I'm just like,
So I always carry a picture of my wife and kids in my wallet. I do it to remind myself why there is no money in there.
That's really good. My ass. My wife asked me why I wanted to be cremated. I told her it was my last chance for a smoking hot body. Which probably is true for me.
why was Cinderella so bad at soccer?
I don't know.
She kept running away from the ball.
That's pretty good.
My wife found out I was cheating on her after she found all the letters I was hiding, and she got mad and said she'd never play Scrabble with me again.
I named my horse Mayo.
Yeah?
Sometimes mayonnaise.
That's so fucking funny.
It's a really good one.
What do you call a well-balanced horse?
Oh no.
Stable. Unlike all of us.
Do you know what you get if you boil a funny bone? Laughing stock.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
You know why pirates can't finish the alphabet?
They get stuck at R. I don't know.
They get lost at sea.
They get lost in sea.
You know why Spider-Man's calendar only has 11 months?
Why?
He lost May.
Brutal. Nerddom. A little slice of nerddom. All right. I don't have any more. Y'all have fun.
Why do cows wear bells?
Don't know.
Because their horns don't work.
That's
pretty
fucking good too.
Yeah.
I think that's all I got.
Yeah.
That's it. Is that the podcast today?
That is the podcast.
Well, guys, thanks for having me. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
You're welcome.
Glad to
It's
have
very
you.
fun. Yep.
Yeah.
It's very, very hot in this room.
It is.
It is warm.
It's warm. It got really warm really quick
Super hot.
Yep.
because I don't run that fan because
Then you hear it.
Then you hear it,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah. I could try it and see if it'll.
I don't think that's probably smart. That's what it is.
I'll try it on my own.
It's just
Just run
the
the thing.
suffrage. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's part of it.
Suffering.
Mm-hmm. It's what we do.
Yeah,
It unleashes greatness, they say.
Right?
they
I think
say.
I have a
Forged
t-shirt
in
that
the
says that.
fire.
Forged in the literal fire of the heat being on in October.
The tiny podcast room.
Yep, that's it. Rate us 5 stars on Spotify or we
Apple.
on Apple. Yep,
Apple.
now. Finally. Yep.
You subscribe on YouTube.
Yep.
We're
all
on
that
there.
stuff. What else? Give us a follow on Instagram.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
gonna
we
say
are on Instagram. Yeah,
We threw them handles out earlier.
Instagram and TikTok.
Yep.
Yep.
Y'all have fun. And thanks for listening, I reckon.
Lift heavy.
Lift heavy. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. It's a little bit better.